it foggy outside. All the planes have been grounded. Ain't the fire inside? Let's all go stand around it. Funny, I've been there, and you've been here. We ain't had no time to drink that beer.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sandman podcast. I am your host, Brian W. Tosh, joined as always by our resident hack checker, Oliver Fullington.
Yo.
Our producer and co-host, El Hilo del Hack, Tyler Fullington. And the man whose stories got stories, the hardcore icon. He's got 99 problems, but bananas ain't one. The Sandman. Hack, how the hell's it going today?
Dude, had a lovely afternoon with me, Todd, his wife, Fonzie, Scorpio at the casinos this afternoon.
Wow.
Watched the ponies run. It was a good little afternoon.
Did you make any money?
No, of course not. But I only lost 30.
All right, that's fine. That's a decent day.
30's nothing.
Yeah, that's nothing at the casino. That's good.
Yeah, he said he lost, what, a trifecta?
No, I was betting.
Oh, you were betting?
I lost the trifecta by a nose.
No.
I would have paid really well, too.
Where were you, down at Harris?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
Todd's like Norm from Cheers down there. Like, everybody knew him. It's incredible.
He's a regular down there?
But yeah, not as much as he used to, but yeah, he was every Friday night was his like thing, like for a couple years.
Betting the ponies? Or
No, he plays this stupid mud some I don't know,
Mississippi stud or something?
something like that.
Okay. Yeah, Ty told me earlier that you guys were hanging out and Fonzie and Tuchel were in town. I'm like, dude, I just think it's so cool that you guys are friends like that, like after all these years. Like, that's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, long time, dude.
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
And we're all old now, dude.
Well,
old.
And we had...
Fonzie looks the best out of all of us. Fonzie looks great.
Well, yeah, Fonzie looks younger than he did 25 years ago.
With his nice teeth.
He looks fantastic.
Yeah,
and,
he does.
And I was just thinking about the show we had last year. If you guys have to check that out in the archives, we had all you guys, the posse, on the show down at Suplex last year. That was one of our best shows. That was so cool. Like, just getting to sit and talk stories with you guys and sit in with you guys and your friendship. It was so fucking cool. Really, really awesome stuff. And that's awesome. Everybody's in town. You guys are hanging out.
And you're going to go to Todd's later, right?
Yeah, right after this, I'm going to Todd's house.
Go watch the finals game together.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, watch the Phillies in the finals and hang out with the boys because Fonzie and Todd are there right now, and Fonzie and Scorp are at Todd's right now.
And Hack, there's something this week that I want to call attention to on this podcast. Everybody always wishes you a happy birthday on
June 16th.
June 16th.
Wikipedia is wrong, dude. And you can't get it changed. It's I actually thought about it once, and I had somebody working on it. They're like, nope, they ain't changing it.
Can we set
because they didn't make it. Because they said because whoever posted it, that's the only person that could change it from what I recollect from years ago.
Okay. Can we set the record straight
But
here?
there's other guys that there's wrong shit all over that place.
I know, but like, can we set the record straight here on this podcast?
Yeah, me
here?
and Todd are the 19th. They
Okay.
put in the 16th.
So it's your actual birthday today.
10 people text me on the 16th.
Yeah, you said
Guido was the only one late. He was a day late.
Well,
And then Gary hit it today because Gary knows it's the 19th. The pitbull.
the Gary Wolf.
Yeah, Dreamer. No, Dreamer's the 16th. He's an idiot.
He's the 16th.
No, he's freaking texting me on the 16th.
Oh, he's
Happy birthday.
Well,
Oh, you loser.
well, we love celebrating you, man. So I know
right,
Ty's got a little something for you here.
So,
Hey, the Gunky's not here with the video.
now that it is the 19th, and I can't light a fucking candle here.
I was wondering why you had your lighter, and I was going to ask you, what were you doing with the lighter over there on the couch?
Yes.
Well, who knows?
There we go.
There you go.
So now
buddy.
that we know it's the 19th, we are here celebrating.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday,
Well,
man.
candles, loser.
Yeah.
Well,
What a bomb a guy you
A
are.
little Scrooge
Dude, I never
himself.
celebrate. This is why they're doing it. Because I know I never fucking celebrate my birthday. It's not even a real day. It's like a made up thing. It's like Valentine's Day, Easter, all that shit. It's all fake.
Put Easter in there.
I don't believe that dude rose on Easter. Is that the deal, or did he get buried
He's
on
actually
Easter?
in the cupcake. You gotta get in there to
It's
find
the
it.
body of Christ.
Yeah. Well, happy birthday, Hack. What are you? What are you?
That's horrible.
Happy birthday.
What
62.
62?
Oh,
Am I
nice.
60?
I don't know. You tell us.
You're 1963 June, so yeah,
Oh, I
you're
went for
62.
years without really, now that I hit 60, it's more in my head.
Okay.
But through the 40s and stuff, I never really knew how old I was. I never celebrated my birthday. No, don't celebrate any of that shit.
Yeah, a lot of partying in between there.
Yeah.
Can't blame you. You know,
That's
like
true.
Like you say, dog years.
Dog.
I'm 246 between wrestling years and partying years. That's why you thought me reading that Keith Richards book. I would like it so much. We've been close to death enough times.
Because he's 450.
Yeah, oh, dude. Oh, he's a vampire at this point. He really is. That guy's still alive.
Hack's been
Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive right now. Hack's been doing a lot of reading, so I brought him over some books, and one of the books that
I
he
just started Tiger Woods at the beginning of his career.
Okay, nice. And I brought him over a Keith Richards book. He did not want to read the Keith Richards book, so I'm going to take that back with me. But he did take the Steve Kern book, so we're going to have to get a Steve Kern book report on the show in a couple
there
weeks when you
Steve
finish
Kern, what a great, best agent I ever had.
Yeah, Keith Richards'
Easily.
book probably hits a little too close to home. So he wanted to like push that one to the side.
it. He's saving that for his own memoirs.
Yeah.
No, maybe I could steal some
I was going to say a
stories.
little plagiarism.
There you go.
Totally.
I think if you
Change the name here and there.
if you started telling Keith Richards stories, nobody would not believe you. If you just changed
know.
the name of the people, like instead of Mick Jagger, it was Bam Bam Bigelow, and there you go.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, believable.
Yeah, leave that book here.
He's going to start assuming Keith Richards
Straight
stories.
That's
plagiarism.
what I'll do. I'll start reading everybody's autobiography of all the great crazy dudes.
Because you can't remember your own stories, so
I
you
know.
just got to nitpick
Yeah,
that
I'll pull
in.
some Jimmy Belushi stuff.
You'd be like, yeah, that
steal
sounds like
some of his
something I would
stuff.
do.
Chris Farley, I'll steal some of his stuff.
Oh God! Oh, that's awesome. I know, guys. The NHL Stanley Cup finished up the other night, man.
Oh, wow.
I wanted the Oilers.
I kind of did
I
too.
feel for
but
McDavid, man. It's a goddamn shame.
The guy didn't even play good, though. He only had
No,
one goal the whole
he didn't.
series.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
really-
he had some assists, but
I know, it's just gotta suck being like the odds-on most dominant player in the NHL, and like you don't have any hardware to show for it besides obviously MVPs and whatever. But like once you've done that, so it's just like
yeah,
whatever.
he's been there 10 years, dude.
Yeah,
he wants a title.
and there's
Yeah,
not too
right.
many great hockey players that don't win a Stanley Cup.
I was just going to say
very
that.
few and
It's
far
not
between.
like the NBA and the NFL. Like, if you're great in the NHL, you usually get a cut. Like, I don't know who the best player is to never have. I mean, did Forsberg? Yeah, Forsberg won a
Forsberg
cup.
won in Colorado. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. Did Lindros?
Not in Toronto or the Rangers.
he also
so
didn't play that long.
played probably
Yeah.
12 years, 13.
Did he?
Yeah, he probably did. Because I mean, after the Flyers, he played for Toronto and the Rangers. And
I don't remember him being good, though.
Like,
I
he was
might have
he was like a third line center. That he really wasn't
Yeah.
a big player back then, and he was hurt a lot too, even after he left us. But
I mean, like I guess Lundqvist maybe.
that's a goalie, though. Yeah, I mean, then
I'm
you're
just like I'm trying to think of players. Like Ovechkin's got one, Crosby's got one, and they've been the two best players the last 15 years.
Yeah, most
20 years.
of the great players do win the cup. So it's cool that Florida went. This is their third year in a row to make the cup.
That's it, dude. It's their third time since the year 2000 that they've gone back to back. Not one, but they've gone back to back.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it either. They said 3 different times they've been to back Stanley Cup Finals since 2000.
I don't know about
I don't
that.
think so. I think you might be thinking they might have said that 3 teams have gone back to back since 2020, possibly. Because Florida just started getting. Dude, Florida hasn't been there. And
They were good year. I remember them
No,
being
Florida made it.
Tampa was good for.
I was just gonna say, between both Florida teams and hockey, the last fucking 6 years? How many Stanley Cups
A lot.
They've
Yeah.
probably
Between
won 5 of the last 8 or 9.
They got a lot of cups down there, yeah, and
5 or 4 of the last 8 or 9, yeah.
we haven't won one since the
Where
70s.
it doesn't snow.
Yeah, where it doesn't snow. They were partying hard. I saw a lot of cool pictures from them.
Broke
They
the cup.
Broke the cup a couple times. I love the keeper of the cup, man. That's like the coolest job in the world. He's got those white gloves on, and that's
I've touched it.
You've touched the cup before, really?
And me and CJ, when CJ, he was he was young. He was definitely less than like 2 probably. And it was Michelle's, his mom's, they shut down, they literally shut her
Like a
her
conference?
pharmaceutical company was so big. They shut down just one of those like Disney World things just for them, you know what I mean, or Epcot or whatever. And then I was coming downstairs to get something to eat or something in the morning, and the guy was putting the cup away, and his big finger, he had the white gloves on and stuff, and he put it over. I was like, "Oh my God, please, buddy, can you open it again for a second? I just got here. It was nice."
That's awesome.
He didn't
man.
want me to touch it. Man.
I wouldn't want you to touch it either. God
The
knows
white
the
gloves,
residue
just
on
like,
that.
Just like when me and him, when me and Ty got our picture with the NFL, they didn't want us touching it. It wasn't even the real one.
Of course, Hack obviously had to touch it.
Yeah.
In the picture, I'm touching it.
We'll have to take you to the Louvre and see what you do there.
Yeah, they said the one dude was like eating spaghetti out of the cup, I think. And then somebody told McAfee that I think it was exactly like 14 beers fit in the cup. Like,
Okay.
I love hearing the stuff that dudes do with the
Dude,
cup.
because everybody gets it for a day. So the debauchery that thing's done, if the stories that cup could talk, I'm telling you,
It's been involved in a lot of
seriously.
It's been involved in a lot of threesomes.
Oh, there's been tons of whores that have touched that cup. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah, and Alexander Barkov, who's on the floor. I don't know if you saw the Ring camera footage. He was at like his neighbor's house at like 5 a.m. with the cup, ringing the thing like, "Hey, come out! I got the cup!" Like to his neighbors, like or whatever. And like you hear the one lady like, "Yeah, he's coming out! He's coming out!" It's like 5 a.m. and he's got like
God.
the cup, like taking it around his neighborhood. Like probably hasn't slept and God knows how. Like,
Zero sleep.
he's
Zero
just-
sleep.
But yeah, I love hearing those stories.
Heck, I've never seen anyone eat a cupcake like you're eating right now. You just like you're licking the icing off with your finger.
That's how kids do it, isn't it?
I guess.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know. Is it good? You
And
know,
what was I going to do? Like turn the whole thing on? I can't turn it over in my hand because there was so much icing on the top of it. How was I going to get it out of the thing?
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm not
Pick it
getting
up.
a
I
fork.
guarantee you I can
That's a
pick it
fair
up.
point.
Shut up.
Yeah, there you go. A little smudgeroo.
My cupcake.
God,
It's my birthday. I'll do what I
Yes,
want.
Mike's gonna get sticky again. He's gonna get angry. The NBA Finals tonight is Game 6. I don't know if Halliburton is going to play or not, but it does seem
Dude, it's
like
game 6. He's
would've-
going out there unless his legs
He
falling
doesn't
off.
seem like a shoot me up, give me a shot to play kind of guy, though. I don't know, to
he
me.
came out in the second half of the game the other night when he was hurt. I mean, he tried to go, but he just wasn't really.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
stayed out there longer than he should have, I think.
I mean, he's played this. I mean, he's played like this far. I would assume, unless he really did something to it last game, like that, like really hindered him.
He was shooting around yesterday.
So
Yeah.
I mean, it's a calf/ankle. I think they said. So.
Oh, I didn't hear the ankle part. It's a cat. It's a
Calf/ankle.
It's both.
Yeah, it's a
what-
cankle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's what I got.
Yeah, we'll see if they could force a Game 7. But it does seem like the Thunder are the better team. Like, if I had to say who's the better team.
I don't feel that way.
Well, Game 4, I mean, Game 4 went the other way, and after that, like, that was the series, I feel like. Almost.
Probably. Indiana plays really good at home. I mean, and they are never dead. Like,
And they stole the first game there.
They did.
I don't know how many times they've been down 20 points and then you turn around and it's 6 or like.
No, they're a zombie team.
Yeah, they literally
really
just
are.
never
Yeah,
die.
the other night it almost happened, but then they didn't have enough to hold the last like 4 minutes. They brought it all the way back to within 3.
They
Next, it was up to 12.
They chipped away at it. TJ was balling out.
Yeah, he was.
I was like, man, TJ.
I hated him, but
Really?
I-
Process, baby.
Yeah, I hated
I'm
him.
starting to like him now.
I always
Yeah.
liked TJ. You didn't like him? Why?
Nah.
I always liked him. He was a good energy, bench point guard.
Yeah, I hated him.
Oh, okay. You're
Probably
such-
like missing Ellie. I'm missing Ellie realize
You're
this.
such a
I hate
curmudgeon,
those
man.
guys.
Yeah, those guys are awesome.
I love certain players. Why can't I hate certain players?
You can. I just don't know.
So why am I a curmudgeon?
What's to hate TJ McConnell about, though?
I don't know, because he's a loser.
He's a dude that you hate if he's not on your team, but you love to have him on your team.
Right.
He's literally
pesky guy.
He's literally
He's pesky.
He's literally
pesky.
self-made. I mean, we drafted him during the process just because we were picking.
That's probably why I hate him.
We were picking a bunch of just random young
it was
kids.
a stiff
and,
white dude.
Dude, but he worked his ass off and got paid, and I didn't think he'd still be in the NBA today,
No.
let alone be
Absolutely.
a backup point guard to an NBA Finals team.
Getting run in the NBA Finals.
Having significant impact in the NBA Finals.
I didn't foresee that for TJ McConnell either.
Yeah,
but
so good for him.
Yeah, good for him.
good for him. And
I mean, not many small white boys get that game.
no,
Especially that
that
can't
whole
really
league.
shoot.
wait. Speaking of small white boys balling out, you guys won a rec league basketball championship the other night.
Yeah, we brought her home.
There you go.
They got lucky.
2 in a row.
2 in a row. Okay.
Yeah, Hack was there supporting. He was in the gym.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in the gym.
Yeah, I've gone to a couple of their championships.
I saw your one boy at the bar on Saturday, and
And I
he
know a lot of the
mentioned-
kids that's on
you
his
guys-
team, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
grew up with
Like
him.
his growing up and stuff like that. But he had he was saying he was coming to keep our other buddy's dad in line, but I don't think because he usually talks to the refs. But.
You have to keep someone else's dad in line.
Oh, the other dad's known for fucking just bitching at the refs over everything, and his son's the same way.
You're not known for those things yourself.
I don't know enough about the rules to give a guy shit.
I was literally in 5th grade and you got kicked out of my fucking
I was
NBA
drunk.
game.
I was totally drunk on that one.
I know the ref's like, Hack, dude, you gotta leave. Hack's like, all right, later.
Hack checked you right there, man. This week on the show, we watched ECW. You know what? Don't hate on your guys, ECW, man. You're hating on ECW. This week we watched Hardcore Homecoming from 2005 from the ECW Arena. This was a show that was booked and promoted by Shane Douglas and Jeremy Borash. So the year prior, you had
Borat?
Jeremy Borash.
Borat, that was good.
He's eating his cupcake too. You guys
Good.
are good. You guys want to hack ASMR of cupcake eating right now? He's munching.
Yeah, I honestly didn't think he would actually
Dude,
eat
this
it. But
fucking thing is good. Dude, I need to replace some sugars here.
Yeah, I picked a good cupcake.
yeah, Ollie picked it up.
Something I ever had.
It's fucking cookies and cream.
It's your birthday. It's your
Well,
birthday.
it was between. They had that one that was cookies and cream filled. Then they had a vanilla one that was lemon filled, which
No, fuck
popped
that.
into my mind for a second. But then I was like, no, lemon.
Usually good
And then there
chocolate.
was just a vanilla one with sprinkles, and I was like, Hack likes chocolate, so I'll do the cookies and cream.
and if he doesn't eat it, I'll eat it.
He's marking out for the cupcake. I love it. It's great.
I was eating graham crackers before you got here.
That's a little sandwich you make there.
There you go. So the year prior, there was the ECW, the Rise and Fall of ECW DVD that WWE put out. That was a huge, huge hit, and was part of the reason why they wanted to do ECW One Night Stand. Jeremy Borash put out a DVD documentary of his own that was pretty interesting. I'd recommend people check that one out.
Who is that?
Jeremy Borash has worked. He worked for years for TNA as a producer.
You know him if you saw a picture of him.
Yeah, he was an interview. He was a backstage interviewer, producer, segment producer. And now he works for WWE for NXT, and he helped put together the AAA show recently for them. So he's been involved in the wrestling business for like 30 years.
Yeah, I'm surprised. The
Yeah, he's been around forever.
name
Yeah.
doesn't sound familiar to me.
Yeah, and he's a high up guy in WWE right now. Definitely, you know. Yeah, he produced the entire WWE AAA show. He's going to be heavily involved with the production of AAA, I guess, going forward. And he's kind of like one of Triple H's, right hand men in the company. Yeah, he's carved out a niche for himself in the business, and he's obviously, the work that he did for TNA for years and years and years was really instrumental in keeping TNA going. Really somebody who believed in that product. But he was also a huge ECW fan. Put out the documentary that they put out. So you had the WWE version, you had this version. You're in this documentary a lot, Hack, the one that Jeremy Borash put together.
What's that called?
Well, it should be. I had the belt 5 fucking times. I should be the lead fucking character in this.
I can't remember the name of. I'm gonna have to post it. It's really worth a watch. I saw it years ago, but This show was put on, just a couple days before ECW One Night Stand, and they were trying to really put together an authentic ECW show. And I certainly think the roster and the card on this, it's not, the work in this is not great. I'm not going to BS you guys, right? Like, we've all watched better shows, but it
The
did.
structure and everything was
ECW.
very ECW-esque.
Yeah, it was very ECW-esque. And
I don't know. It seemed
The
like
Jeremy Borash documentary is Forever Hardcore.
Forever Hardcore. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
Thank you, Ali. Yeah, Forever Hardcore. I
well,
would say,
since I'm in it a lot, I might watch it.
yeah, I would say, I believe it's on YouTube as well. So if anybody wants to watch that, definitely suggest that. The main event of this show was a three-way match between Terry Funk, Sabu, and Shane Douglas.
That was entertaining.
Well, we'll get to that, but that was a recreation of their famous match the night the line was crossed from back in 1994, which was like such a big match for ECW because it really it was one of the very first three-way dances. It went to an hour-long draw, and it really set the foundation for ECW. So running that match on this show is pretty cool. And the other big thing, I know Terry Funk at the start of the show speaks to why he chose to work this show and not One Night Stand.
What did that crazy nut say?
He just basically said, he only had one match in him for a weekend at this point. Like, he wouldn't physically be able to do two, and he thought that this one was the more authentic and real one, so he chose to work on this show. So I'm like,
Dude, he's probably thinking about old Chainsaw Charlie that they had him do back in the day.
Yeah.
Do you even remember that?
yeah, Chainsaw, they brought him in with like a fucking...
And not like a lady's nylons over his
Yeah.
head, and he came out of a box. He cut his way out of a box with a chainsaw.
Yeah, and he was teaming with Cactus, and it was
it was ridiculous.
pretty goofy and stupid.
Yeah, it was a shoot.
And
It was
like-
shoot. It's like when he brought Dusty up and he
Polka
made
dots.
Dusty do all. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the same thing.
And Terry Funk is a smart guy.
He'll get it over. He's taking the money.
And he got it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? He got a couple big paydays towards the end of his career, too. He had WCW run for like 2 years out of nowhere towards the end of the year in 99 and 2000, too. So, like, Terry Funk was always savvy, hopping around. He never stayed anywhere too long. But I always thought it was cool that he said kind of like a middle finger to New York.
Yeah, he wasn't that guy to hold your championship, but he was good to have in there for like a 3-month, a summer run or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. really,
Because he made more money going other places, like in Japan and stuff like that. He can't hold down like title. Well, some dudes would, but he was all over the place.
Yeah, and I guess, too, for guys who made their bread and butter in Japan, it's really hard to, like, in the 90s, be married to, like, a major company like WCW or WWF. They weren't going to allow you to do those Japan bookings for the most part.
No, and the Japan money was crazy.
Right, so why would you choose to work for one of the majors in the U.S.? It would be stupid, It's like hustling backwards there. So the show started off with a promo from your boy, Hack, the other birthday boy, Todd Gordon.
I must have fast forwarded through that.
It was cool seeing like the hat guy in the front row and all the ECW fans there. It really had a feel of like a classic ECW crowd, and the crowd was super hyped there. And then Joey Styles were back in the arena after that promo, and it was him and Cyrus, and then Joel Gertner, and man, Gertner got a great pop too. Great reaction.
He went a little long on his spiel there for a minute, and like kind of lost me when he was doing it.
Well, he had years to think about it. You know what I'm saying?
He had a lot of lines to get in. Yeah. His spiel got longer in those 4 years. That's a good point, Hack. They did their usual ECW. Like, if you ever seen an ECW pay-per-view opening, it was this. This is classic. Gertner, Cyrus, there you go. They got in a fight. There was a cat fight. And then, that was it. Joey Styles is on the call for all the show tonight, too, which was really
He didn't
cool.
miss a beat.
No, he didn't, man. Like, Joey was so integral of ECW and such a big part of the company. And it's like, I know he did some work for MLW and Evolve, but, like, it's a real shame that he never lasted in WWE or got, like, a real opportunity to be, like, the voice of wrestling in the 2000s.
Dude, he would be so awesome in AEW right now.
Yeah, I mean, he was just great at getting over the action in the ring and not himself.
Oh, can you imagine how many moves that they don't even know I haven't even noticed it, like, when we're watching it. But they're not calling every move that these dudes are doing at all.
Well, it's hard to do
Like,
that.
Well, the only one that does is the mask dude.
Excalibur.
Yeah.
The Masked Man.
And I
Man.
feel like he makes shit up half the time. Like,
Ian Riccaboni does a great job of getting all the calls. He's their other announcer that they layer in sometimes. He does a really good job on the calls too. So it's tough to be an announcer. Like, you want to get the product over.
I know, but as it's coming out of your mouth, I'm like, dude, how are you actually saying these words? Like the one guy, WWE, who puts everything over? Like, how can she stand after blowing out her Achilles and this and that? And freaking.
Are you talking about Joe Tessitore?
Well, I don't know. The dude that's the most fucking who says the most outsane shit.
Well, there's Michael Cole, who's the
No, it ain't him.
So it's Joe Tess.
Whatever.
Or
Yeah.
McAfee.
Well, McAfee does
It
that
ain't
too.
McAfee.
Well, yeah, I know you know him.
No, but he
Wade
isn't going
Barrett.
the
Wade
other
Barrett.
guys just says the stupidest thing. How are they going to come back in this match when they're up in literally 30 seconds?
it's probably Tessitore.
Yeah.
That sounds like Tessitore.
The other thing with announcing too that's like difficult is just, you know, you're getting stuff fed in your headset too.
I don't imagine how you could do that.
So people are telling you some
As you're
things to
talking.
say as you're talking.
As you're trying to think about the next thing's coming into your head, you got to hear that.
Right, and that's very difficult. Like,
I know.
you have producers in your ear barking at you.
Yeah, hard as shit.
And you're trying to maintain, and it's
Break
not
coming up in 30.
right.
You know, shit like that.
And it's not the easiest job at all. So
You think Michael Cole has people talking to him now at this point, or do you think he's just so like?
I think there's less.
He might not hear much.
I think there's less production to a guy like Michael Cole that they obviously trust so much. But I think, and Vince obviously is not there. I know for years they would talk about Vince. He's screaming in the headsets at them like the entire show, and it was just like it really beat them down like to work. Like a lot of guys didn't want to do it. Like Mick Foley famously was he was color commentator on SmackDown for a while, and he just was like he did a couple months of it. And was like, I can't do this job. I'm out. Like he just quit because it wasn't for him. You know, it's people didn't want to do it, and I think Michael
I
Cole.
don't know how Booker lasts so long. He keeps telling me they just keep offering him more money. The last time I saw him at the arena, I'm like, dude, how are you still on the road like this? He was like, they just keep offering me more money, dude.
Well, he's doing 1 day a week at NXT. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
but
still
that's
flight.
enough.
It's still a flight.
somebody
And-
like
Well, yeah,
him?
he's probably training at a school that he has.
in reality of wrestling that he has in Houston. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's got to be good visibility for that, and it's like you said, it's probably a really good paying gig, and he probably enjoys
Well, and
it.
he's doing the LFG
Yeah.
tapings.
Right. It probably is good to be on good graces and be in the family, and this match, first match on the show was Simon Diamond, your boy Hack. How much do you think he was
was
weighing?
heavy here.
Yeah. What do you think he was weighing
He
here?
was
Like
fat, a good, 192.
192 is his weight. Okay. Him and C.W. Anderson taking on Mikey Whipwreck and another one of your boys, the shooter, Chris Chetty.
Dude, the best part of the show was the shirt that he was wearing. That was the baddest ass shirt. I would have worn that to clubs back in the day.
You always said
That whole outfit he had on
yeah,
was cool.
You always said Chris Chetty, chick magnet.
Oh wow, yeah, him and Danny, yikes! just right there with Rey Mysterio and Hooven too.
Okay, that's the Mount Rushmore of chick
Yeah, they're like the
magnets.
4 biggest chick magnets I've ever been around.
Kid Cash also.
Oh yeah, him
Oh,
too.
Billy
Kid
Kidman.
Him too. Yeah, we were rolling with them all summer.
Yeah.
Jesus.
This was a fun opener. The crowd was into it. They were chanting "fuck 'em up" and a bunch of stuff. Chetty was pretty big at this point too, and he hadn't wrestled in a while. I think Johnny was
Probably why he
saying.
had the big loose fucking thing on.
Yeah, it's good stuff. They were doing a lot of their normal moves, and the crowd was into this, but this was just a match. Like, there was nothing really special about this. Chetty was able to hit his Amityville Horror, and then he was celebrating, and then there was Simon Diamond came in. There was a gourd busher for the finish. This was just, I don't know. No, wait. Then Simon hit the Simonizer, and then Mikey threw in the whippersnapper for the pin. Mikey got the pin there. Baby faces, I don't know, just get the dub.
The whole thing's like a one-off, so it's hard to look at a match like that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
The crowd enjoyed it, so I think the ratings for
It's
this show.
basically like an indie show.
It is.
You
It
know,
totally
straight
is.
indie show, yeah.
There's no long-term booking on this. There's no
Nothing,
edit,
right,
so it's
yeah.
like it's a one-off. It's a feel-good. It's trying to be fun.
Yeah, it's still a feel good.
crowd-
I mean, I couldn't believe how the crowd was live.
The crowd was so live, and you could tell, like, oh man, like if you were at the show, I know you were at the show, Ollie. Do you have any memories of like the crowd in this?
I was young.
You
man.
were young, yeah.
Like I know I was there, but it was 2005, so I was like
7.
Yeah, I'm like what, second grade? And
Yeah, that's not too many memories.
Yeah.
I'd remember my dad if he stole the whole show that
No,
night.
yeah.
Were you probably begging to forget?
Were you in the Kid Cash match? I don't know. This match was just a match, though. I'm gonna go a star and a half for it. How long did this one go, Ollie?
9:49.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was just whatever. What do you give it?
I'm gonna give it at least a 2.
Okay.
Like 2.5. I mean, this is like a solid gets. I mean, as far as like guys' work and timing and everything like that. I mean, nothing really super exciting and like about the match. They didn't do any like crazy moves,
No.
but they didn't have to.
They didn't have to. They had the crowd with them the whole time.
Yeah, and I mean, I kind of wish we saw more matches like this today, where it was just like, dude, like. Because everybody's so over now, like in wrestling as it is, like WWE, AEW, that you could just have a good, solid, crisp match like this, not have to do much, and it's going to be great.
You don't have to empty the clip every time.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like the style now. Is
As long
every
as it's
time.
just timing and make everything make sense.
Right. And
Who gives a fuck if it's a
Moxley's
one-off
like
story?
that. Some
Anything.
guys with Moxley's like that. The other kid last night with the red, white, and blue with the
MJF.
MJF. Did you see how slow he worked last night?
You didn't
in front
have
of
to
that
do anything.
crowd?
You didn't have to do
and that's
anything.
a Mexican crowd, dude. They're expecting like fucking fireworks, shit flying everywhere.
Right. But it's slowing it down is kind of the move, I think, almost a
Yeah,
little
they
bit.
did nothing. They did nothing for the first like 10 minutes of that match.
They didn't have to.
Nothing.
And they had the weird finish with the. I love that. I love that last night. That was really fun stuff.
I love is did you say the Uncle Sam on his fucking shirt?
Of course I did. It
That
was
was
great.
awesome.
I love him ripping off MVP's look too. It's just great. It pops me. When I came out with it a couple weeks ago, I was like, that's so fucking money.
Yeah, the reason MVP had to wear that was because he was supposed to be the MVP, and I remember Vince McMahon saying, like, I think he went up to him and pinched his and went like this and pinched his fucking stomach.
Oh wow! He
Like, get
body
your shit
shamed him.
together, kid. You're supposed to be the MVP.
He body shamed him.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wouldn't want to be in that shirt, dude. I don't know, man. Hack, I don't know about you.
Well,
in
you're
that
getting
shirt.
that big push, dude. That's a mammoth push he's getting right there with what's his name, Chris.
Yeah.
You know, he was working on top with fucking Chris, and Chris was right out of the title, or right before he got the title, or whatever. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Vince, fucking, that's how he is.
He had like the USA title for
He did.
like over a year. or
He got
something.
heavily pushed there for a little bit. Back to this match, Hack. What do you give it as?
It's my boys. It's a 4 easy.
Yeah, it's a 4. There's gonna be a lot of 4s. I feel like on this
I
show.
think
This
I might go across the board.
We might break a record here.
This might be better than that AEW pay-per-view a couple weeks ago, according to Hack. Ty, what do you give it?
I'm giving it a 3, just because I agree with a lot of things Oliver said. Like structurally, if you watch that match, like it hits every single bullet point for a tag team match, especially an opener. Like, you ain't going out there and like trying to steal the show or whatever. Your job is to go out there, entertain, do your job, get in, get out, boom. And like I feel like they accomplished that. Like, you want proper heat, proper, segments of the match. It just flowed really, like, no hiccups. Flowed really nicely. And like I said, they didn't try and go out there and like steal the show and everything. Like, they went out without a hitch. They did their job for an opener. So
Yeah. Up next on the show was Tracy Smothers with JT Smith taking on the Blue Meanie.
too funny.
And my God, I just popped the whole time. I had a smile on my face the entire time for this match.
Yeah.
I just watching Tracy Smothers, and we've said it before on the show, man. I mean, yeah, Ty's doing his dance right now.
Yeah, he's just so non-dancingest white boy you ever going to meet, but he didn't care.
He didn't care.
He didn't
That's
care.
the best part. Like,
that's the best part of his him.
And
he does, he's a strong dude, well, we're all like strong like people, you know what I mean? To have like the,
Like a
to
person
have a
has strong
strong ego
personality.
and shit like that. But he didn't care. He just got out there having fun, freaking like love. That was like his alter ego out there. And you can see he would always have fun with it.
To make yourself the butt of the joke for the whole audience.
It's the best.
And you're standing out there in your tights and you're looking so stupid, but you don't even care because the crowd is right there with you.
Yeah,
and
it's freaking great.
And JT Smith too, like the FBI. I think the FBI might be like the greatest ECW creation.
Well,
just the brilliance
it's
of it.
It's a ripoff of freaking the Dudleys.
It is, but
You know what I mean? All the black Dudley, the white Dudley, the Cherokee Dudley.
But that didn't last as long as the FBI.
The FBI with JT and Tracy and Guido and just
the tall guy, the
yeah,
fat guy.
Big Guido and Big Sal and just
The full-blooded Italians that maybe one is Italian.
And Tommy Rich.
and like it just worked and this was so much fun watching him and Meanie. They've done this before. We've talked about Meanie and Tracy squaring off and dancing before. They could do like this was a lot of like guys that have worked together and could do these matches in their sleep together, like you and Raven, Funk and Sabu and Shane in the main, like they just go out there and just do it. And they put together a really
Jerry and freaking
Justin.
Yeah.
Just go out there and do it in your
That's what you
sleep.
do.
And this match for a comedy match, this is a comedy 5-star for me, man. Like, how long did this one go on?
It's 8 minutes.
8 minutes. It's just
But there was maybe
Just long
2 minutes of wrestling.
there's no real
I didn't
wrestling.
hear much of wrestling, honestly.
Yeah, like Tracy selling the fact that he like pulled his hair and like talking to
I think Finnegan did the most wrestling.
Dude, that was a great spot. The ref spot.
They always worked Finnegan
And then they
in.
clotheslined him and it slammed him. That was
Yeah,
good
Finnegan
shit.
with the body slam. I was like, yo.
I popped huge for that one. So.
That was a Finnegan standard with these guys, right? Like I feel like
I
He
didn't
was
remember
involved-
it.
he was
'cause I
usually-
popped.
I don't think I ever remember him giving a body slam or anything to anybody before, but I know he's always like somewhat been involved some way, shape, or form in like the FBI and
the crowd came up so huge for that too, man. That was so
They did.
awesome.
super entertaining.
Yeah, and then there was a double clothesline, and then Finnegan pins for 2, and then Meanie made the count, that was like when Meanie goes down to make the count for Finnegan. I mean, it's just the stupidest thing in the world, but it doesn't matter. Throw away the rules. It's just
great.
fun. It really is just fun, man.
Yeah, another man. The last match ended up like that too.
Yeah.
With cactus count.
Yeah.
Fucking,
I-
with barbed wire around his freaking sock.
I love how Smothers was saying they don't do that in Nashville, Italy, and then there was just a bunch of shut the fuck up chants. Like Nashville, Italy pops me every time. I fucking love it, man. There was a Meanie went in there, and then there was a Meanie salt, and then there was a chain covered right hand.
Wasn't there 3 Mooney salts?
Yeah, there was.
that
there
was
a,
that was your match.
Yeah, that was a little bit. And there was Smothers pinned him for the win. This was super silly, super stupid, but so much fun. It's a comedy 5-star, so that'd be my rating for it.
I'm kind of right there with you because I don't know if I can like put it really in like a match kind of category, but as far as the segment goes, it's 5 stars for me.
Yeah.
And my man Finnegan gets over. So
Yeah, and Meanie looked great too. Oh, Meanie was a little thinned out at this point. He wasn't as super thin. But Joey had a great line about it. Yeah, he looks about 110 pounds thinner, making a joke about his ex.
Yeah, I know, but he made a big deal about when he gave him a bump when Tracy sold that ass bump that he put his ass over that it was huge. But Tracy took this was very in the beginning.
Yeah.
But he took that big bump for it. Tracy's great.
What do you give it, Hack?
I'm 4 all the way through the board here.
Ty, what do you give it?
Yeah, that's 5.
Yeah.
Highly entertaining. I mean, there's all different types of matches.
Yeah.
Not everyone is the same, and for me, that's a 5.
Right. There's so many creative and different ways you can do pro wrestling, and this comedy match was certainly one of them.
Yeah.
Up next was a promo with Johnny Grunge and Pitbull Gary Wolf.
Man, Johnny was looking svelte, wasn't he?
yeah, he looks
was.
like you.
Johnny was like 450.
Dude, I didn't recognize. I'm like, is that?
Yeah, he didn't even
I was like,
know.
is that Johnny? Yeah, he was big, man.
He was.
And he was wearing those lifter boots too. He wanted a couple extra inches on that fatness.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was big, dude. I couldn't believe how big he was.
I mean, that's certainly the biggest I've ever seen him. they're both guys whose tag team partner passed away, and then Sonny came out. Chris Candido had passed away right before the show as well too. So it's just like it's sad, stuff. Seeing all these guys that have passed on. And,
I didn't even figure the third chapter in that.
Yeah,
the Chris part.
Yeah, the Chris part there too. Danny Doring and Roadkill came out, and Doring was cutting a promo on the Hat Guy. And then he said they're one of the best tag teams in ECW history, and Wolf was pissed off. So then Doring and Roadkill jumped them, and then Sunny went to the back, and she got back 911. Doring got chokeslammed, Roadkill got chokeslammed, and then Grunge went for a splash on Roadkill through a table. And then, it was not pretty. And
that was like the tsunami.
It was kind of like a tsunami.
I know. He's going to the top rope, and I'm like, when has he
I thought
ever
they were
been
gonna
off
do the
top
super
rope
bomb
before?
I thought they were going to do the super bomb, and then I'm like, wait, Johnny's going to the top rope?
And then
I'm like, what?
911 goes to lift Sonny afterwards, and they fall down. They just couldn't hold her. I don't know. It was a feel-good segment, kind of, to get some people on the show.
I thought Doring and Roadkill was like an odd pairing to bring out as like
a heel?
heels.
Yeah,
like,
I know they were heels, but
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 they were like heel baby. Like they were like it was like this, like I don't know. I thought that was like a weird combo to bring out to like totally shit on some
deceased people.
Well, Danny got so good that he could do a heel, but then he was over later on. You know what I'm saying? So it was hard for him to.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like you got to be like fucking heels that people fucking hate you to like be that segment to like break up a celebration of
deceased wrestlers. You have to be
somebody
like
more heinous.
You have to be a real piece of shit to do that.
I don't know.
No, I'm with you. The booking on that's low, but up next on the show was Kid Cash taking on Too Cold Scorpio, and I think as an actual match, man, this was definitely the best match on the show.
Yeah.
These guys could really, really still go. One of the things that was interesting on this is Kid Cash, on the way out, he hugs the Hat Guy, and then very early on in the match, Hat Guy called him a midget and a prick. Yeah. Which I was just like, what happened? Like, you guys were hugging a minute ago. Hat Guy, what happened?
And that was also very weird how Cash went like super heel in the beginning, I thought, which was like kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, I guess,
he was good at it.
He was.
He's a natural heel. He's a confident kid. He's a cocky kid. That's why I like him so much.
But you just never really saw him like that.
And he deserves to be. The kid's fucking good. Like, really good.
So good. And came up down south, right? Southern wrestler. And
Tennessee, I'm pretty sure.
Could go all day. Great worker. And Too Cold at this point could still go all day.
Dude, he brought out a
Japan
belt.
Tag Champion.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a second.
He's
still
over 5-pack. He's over at Noah. He was definitely the best worker on this show by far. Him, Jerry, or Kid, I would say probably 3, and Hack too is 4. But so that's
Scorp.
Those guys were like really, really still on, and this was a good. How long did this one go, Ali?
This was 17 minutes.
Yeah, this is by far the best work on the show. They did just a ton of great spots on this.
Dude, I love in the very beginning when they're going back and chain wrestling and everything, but like. You just see the emphasis and like that they put on like the technique in which they are doing these holds and the positions that they're putting each other in. Like
every crisp,
standing switch,
but like
double
everybody's like their hand placements are fucking like they're strategically put in the fucking right spot to make it look shoot. Like it was super crisp. Like. You don't see like people chain wrestle like now and like it's just like you're going through the motions.
They're like a hoedown dancing, dude.
But Scorp's pushing it, on his shoulder. He's got him like in different parts of his wrist and his arm, and then throwing his knee on his head, like and same with Kid, like back and forth, and it's so crisp. It's so good. The very beginning.
Yeah, like the counter exchanges, they actually look like. They're trying to hit the dude.
Struggle.
And they're countering.
Yeah, but with the leg sweep and then like the standoff, it's like the timing and everything is so good, and he's throwing it hard, and it just makes it look that much more.
They're throwing it hard and it's tight. Like, hey, I'm really trying to take your fucking head off
Yeah.
with this. Like, you better duck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
No, it's like a real fight.
Yeah.
The one thing was weird. I believe Pee Wee was the ref for this match. They were doing a count out.
He was talking too much, Pee Wee, for
What
me.
the heck? Why, when do we have count outs in ECW? They like broke the count, went back in. I thought that was weird.
Yeah, but they still count.
Well, yeah, but-
ECW?
Yeah, what's they would still count. It didn't mean
I mean, they give you like the token
They would
count.
just
I don't know.
stand
Joey
there and watch,
brought it up. He was like, I don't think.
they'd be like this, like maybe not really count, but like doing this, like just
weird.
supposedly count.
Joey brought that up. He was like, I don't. If there's a count out, these people may riot. I don't think there's ever been a count out in ECW
Yeah.
or whatever the hell he said.
Joey was on. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Kid Cash grabbed Scorpio's GHC title belt and he hit Scorpio with it.
On the shoulder.
Yeah, and then there was a bunch of cool punches and stuff too. Scorpio then goes back in, hit his power bomb, the tumbleweed, another tumbleweed,
Kick.
Yep, the kick. There was a couple of misses. Cash hit, like the moonsault that Cash hit was so fucking awesome. It was like a moonsault like press that was really, really crisp. There was a bunch of more stuff. Springboard, Hurricane Rana, some kicks. There was a backflip attempt at a kick from Scorpio. And then it just kind of missed a little bit, but the crowd was just, eh. There was a power bomb and then a 450 splash for the finish. I thought that this was really super, super solid. There was just a lot of fun stuff in this match, and you're watching two masters go at it. I don't know if it got to like the great level, but I'm gonna go 3 3/4 stars for it. Ollie,
I'm going 4. Yeah, I mean, just watching these guys work, I mean, how can you go wrong?
I thought the Cash Heat section was just like a little bit too long, but
Yeah, I
really
mean,
good match.
Maybe, but I mean, crowd's super into it. Like, everything's super tight, like we said. Like, timing, great, obviously. I mean, yeah, these guys really can't miss.
Yeah.
And like you said, could do the match in their sleep.
Oh, totally. These guys didn't need any prep backstage for this at all. Hack, what do you give it?
4.
4. Okay.
Yeah,
It's an easy 4.
I'm
Yeah.
going to take a page out of Hack's book here and give it a little 4. I thought the middle. I don't know. These guys don't need to go outside the ring for me. I felt like maybe they felt obligated because it was ECW. So like maybe that's why they felt obligated. So I thought that was a little bit of a miss in the match.
You know, Cash is always going to have a dive in his match.
Well, no,
You
he
know?
has a dive, but they went around the ring.
They did a
and
little
then-
brawl section.
Yeah, like
That's
a little,
true.
like so. I thought that was
Yeah, they don't need that at all.
no. I thought that was kind of a little bit of a miss on their part, and it feels like they kind of, like I said, felt obligated almost because it was like a hardcore,
Especially when the
reunion or
following
whatever.
match is a New Jack match, then you really don't need to go outside.
Yeah, it's like, hey, this is Too Cold and Kid Cash. You guys are good. We get it.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
How
like, you
long
don't have
was
to
that
do
match?
Like,
Which, the Scorp match?
17.
17 minutes.
but
What do you about? Why? What do you
Well,
think?
it wasn't like they wanted like 25 out of him or something like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. They could do 30 minutes standing on their heads, freaking, and never leave the rope.
And just
outside
slapping
the
each
ropes.
other.
well,
Yeah.
the first match was what, 9. The other segment was
What, 8?
8 or whatever. Then they had the Johnny Grunge or whatever. You know, so
That's
I
a
guess
good
they
point.
had to give them something. 17-minute match.
It was
you know.
easily the best match of the show. I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Up next on the show was, you mentioned it, Cronus, New Jack, and the Bad Breed, Ian and Axel Rotten.
Fast forward.
I mean, what do you need anybody to say? It's just fucking plunder and bleeding. There was a scaffold that came out.
The scaffold spot was sweet.
Dude, I never saw the scaffold the whole fucking show. Did you see
So
the
we were kinda like-
scaffold?
I was-
No, I don't know where they
he was
wheeled
on
it in.
top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where they wheeled it in from.
Dude,
I'm
so-
trying to picture it in my
So I
head.
think the match was like cut a little bit.
Okay.
Like,
Because they went to a break and came back, and the guy was on, and,
Yeah.
and he was
Well,
up
because
on
I
the
was
thing.
like, fast forward. I go like every couple minutes, watch a couple minutes and go up a couple minutes. You know, when it's that when they're doing the same shit over and over again, and then we came back and there was a scaffold in the corner. I'm like, the fuck, where'd this thing come from?
Yeah, I don't know.
And it took forever to Jack jump off of it.
Yeah.
Well, no, it seemed like Ian was, I don't know, he was not getting on the table. I don't know if he was like, no, I'm not taking this bump, which I don't know why. It's a table in the ring.
You're not doing
like,
anything.
yeah, but it's a table
Jack's gonna
in the
land on
ring.
you.
Yeah,
You have nothing to do in the spot.
Yeah.
Just wait for it.
I don't know. Cronus was trying to put him on there, and he, I don't know, looked like he was like stalling or something.
Yeah. New Jack hits a giant dive off the scaffold, which is cool. And then he cut a real big promo afterwards. That was just typical New Jack stuff. He said he was going to have sex with a fine ass bitch.
Yeah,
so that's
suck his big dick or something.
Yeah, suck his big black dick. That's what he said. That was a typical New Jack promo. The fans loved it, but this was garbage. ECW brawling. Can't give it a rating. So, Ollie, you give it anything? It's a New Jack
rating
match
for me. I mean, I love New Jack, and I mean the scalpel spot was awesome. So
Yeah.
I'll put that over.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as anything else goes, it's not anything anyone hasn't really seen before.
Yeah. Hack.
It's a 4.
It's a. It's just okay. It's a 4.
It's an easy 4.
It's an easy 4 too.
That big spot brought it right up. It brought it up from a -3.5 to a fucking
However,
4.
they made a scaffold up here in an arena.
dude,
That's
that
a
was
4.
good. That was freaking Walinda shit. Not Walinda, freaking. I'm thinking about, dude. I want to read a book about him.
Who, the fabulous Melinda?
The escape artist. What's his name?
The escape artist.
Yeah.
The notorious escape artist. I don't know, man. Ty?
The water can freaking trick. I mean, come on. How do I?
The water can trick?
Escape. I was in. I was gonna say a joke. It's too long now.
It's the most famous escape artist ever.
Houdini?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I feel like an idiot for not saying that. Jeez.
I thought you felt like that most of the time. But.
Well, I thought it was blatant, so I thought it couldn't possibly be.
You're not remembering it. You're calling me the idiot. You're like, water trick. I'm
I
like,
thought
I
it
don't
was.
know.
I thought it was like so blatant that it wasn't Houdini.
Yeah.
Like
Same.
you would have pulled Houdini
Same.
out. So
That's
I'm
right.
like,
Yeah, cover yourself for that one, Todd.
speaking of Houdini-
Todd's excuse.
speaking of Houdini, a lot of people disappeared during this next match.
Oh, God.
What was it?
It was actually Jerry Lynn and Just
I thought it was
Incredible.
Haks
Yeah,
match.
no. I think people hung around for this one. They knew there was some good work.
Damn, forgot about this match.
This was Jerry Lynn's first match in a long time. He had
Joey said it like 1,000 times.
Yeah, he had a
His
bad
torn rotator.
he had a
was
bad
the-
shoulder injury, torn rotator cuff.
I've
Joe's putting that
never
over.
been pissed off at Joey ever in my life, but twice this show, he kept saying Jerry Lynn's coming back from the shoulder injury like 100 times during the match. And he also said it was hot in the arena about 1,000 times.
times. It must have been really hot
I'm
in
like,
the arena
Joey,
then.
I'm like, dude, come on.
How hot was it in the ECW arena though, Hack? Like in summer days? You don't remember?
Oh, no, when it,
Hack remembers.
No, he's just,
I was
he's,
drunk, high, fucking.
Okay.
no, but dude, though, they were hot as shit.
It was just the way it was.
I was there for some shows.
Like, they didn't
in the
have no
summertime.
AC,
It's
like,
horrible.
they had, like,
trying to ECW
weak
times.
ass like fans that like.
But the difference is, like, the hot difference is when you go into a WWE ring of like a Monday Night Raw, you feel those lights, like the heat from them lights.
Right.
You know what I mean? More than like the 1,000 people in the, because our lighting wasn't like Vince's lighting. Vince's lighting puts off some fucking heat, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it'd be hotter in the ring in WWE than it would if it was 100 degrees outside in the middle of July.
Yeah, I'm just speaking about towards the building in general. That building was just, once it got filled, dude, it was grungy.
And this was pre-renovations, like for this
Yeah,
building.
like,
the bleachers are still in at this point.
Yeah,
and it's
pretty
it's,
early.
And it's filled with a couple hundred wrestling fans who
Sweaty,
may not shower
smelly,
in the first place. So
yeah.
there was
It's got-
stank
it's
in
got
that building.
funk. It's got that funk. No,
Not
no,
Terry
no
funk.
Terry. Yeah.
That was a good one.
This was cool. I like seeing Jason out there with Justin, so that was cool. But yeah, these guys.
And his 9 run-ins.
Yeah, man. I mean, just so many run-ins in this match. I feel like if they just let these guys go out and work, it would have been better than all of the
That's what I
interference.
said
in
to
it.
Hack. I'm like, I don't know if I've ever seen more interferences in a match in my life by like one person.
That didn't play into the actual finish. Like, I don't know.
He almost got there to break it up in the very end after Jazz fucking beat him up and chased him off, but really didn't chase him off.
Yeah.
Well, kicked him in the ding-ding.
Yeah, Jazz was out there. She was beating up Jason. And then Credible reversed the tombstone, but Lynn reversed that back and hit the cradle tombstone for the finish. This was super overbooked, but these guys are solid wrestlers, man. I really enjoyed a lot of
Yeah, it
stuff.
was a match.
Like there was the sit-out powerbomb on the
It was a good
chair.
match.
That was really nice. There was
There was a lot of bullshit in the beginning. I thought it actually picked up like from half to three quarters to the end. Felt like they just did a lot of nothing in the fucking first.
Well, they went in the crowd and Lynn did like the dive on him, the senton off the apron.
Oh, how long was that? Was that as long as fucking Scorpio's match? 17 minutes? Because it seemed
had
at
to have been
least
pretty
that.
close.
I think it was 15. I would say 15 at
20.
least. 20?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
20
Yeah,
minutes,
It was
yeah.
definitely
It
long.
seemed long to me.
It was too long.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah, that dive on the outside where Justin basically moved
Missed
out of
him.
the way.
Oh my God, missed him totally.
I know. Hack goes, Justin, you pussy.
I get mad at shit like that when
I
I,
know
see
you
that
do.
stuff, dude.
You're all about like a wrestler eating the spot.
You
like,
got to.
Well, no, but being
just
protection.
just protect the other guy.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is hold him up for a quick fucking tenth of a second, dude, just to let him pop on you.
All
for
you have
a
to do is just
second.
let him hit your body.
Right.
And
You
you're good.
you take a little of the impact and that's it.
Right.
You just fall down.
But you're literally saving that guy from possible.
Dying.
Yeah, like
Breaking his
Landed right
neck.
on his lower back,
Especially
with
a
the
guy,
concrete.
especially a guy with a torn
Right
rotator
after,
cuff.
yeah, I was going to say, right after
Didn't
the
he hear?
11th month layoff.
Yeah, come on, man. Take care of Jerry Lynn out there, Justin.
Yeah,
what are you
that's
doing?
horrible.
And
Yeah.
the funny thing is, like, Justin's not the greatest worker, but he's there for every spot, man.
He
Like,
is.
He's right there
He's
for
got
everything.
great timing.
Like,
I'll give him that. Like,
Great memory.
I think a lot of the Justin stuff is it's too contrived, like the booking with the run-ins, and like if they just let him go out there and work, it'd be perfectly fine. And I still think Justin was over pushed too, like in ECW. But yeah, I mean,
Hey,
He
once
had
he
heat,
got
though.
by Kane, dude, it was like the hammer of Thor fucking getting it. He went right to the top.
The sword of Damocles?
Yeah.
there you go.
No, but dude, I mean, Justin had heat, man.
He did, but I mean, how can you not have heat when you got 4 managers and 18
And
run-ins?
Franny.
I know, but
you know-
I mean, just saying, you're
And,
not
stealing a gimmick.
not poo-pooing his run, but like, I don't know, a heel like somebody that's got that much heat as whether it's the faction or him or whatever it is, like that that can
No,
sell.
for sure. I don't know. And I always kind of associate him with like a down period of ECW towards the end. That's not fair to him, I guess.
Yeah, it's not because of him.
It's not because of him. You know, ECW was the financial issues of the company, and
Yeah, it's because of Hack.
yeah, it's because of Hack. You drove away Kurt Angle, goddammit. It's all your fault.
It is.
Overall, though, this
Yeah,
match,
Kurt Angle would have solved all the problems.
Olympic gold medalist would have been the savior of that company.
Fan of the show.
I don't know about that. But overall, for this match, this was solid and fun. A little bit too long, didn't get great, but I'm going to go 3 stars for it.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Tosh. 3. I mean, they did some good stuff. I agree it was probably a little slow in the beginning. Probably went a little bit too long, but I mean, these guys both can really work. Like, and yeah, I mean, they can hit every spot. They can be there for every spot. Like, Justin gets the heat. I mean, 9 run-ins isn't great, but I mean, didn't totally make the match horrible. So yeah, it's like right around the 3. I think is good.
Hack?
Easy 4.
Easy 4. Easy.
I'm gonna go with a 2. I didn't really like I said, it didn't get really good until the last maybe like 4 or 5 minutes of the match, and I don't know.
That's true.
Like for me, it just like structurally, there was no like structure or flow to the match. Like it was just like, hey, we're doing this, then it, like, but they weren't in sync. Like it wasn't like a story that they were trying to tell you. It was just
Do a
like,
spot.
We're doing
Hey,
this
let's
spot,
do this
then we're gonna
spot.
do this spot, then we're like, and it was all kind of like for naught. There was no like flow to it, so like that kind of threw me off.
Yeah, wasn't anything super memorable or anything like that. But up next on the show was Raven with the Blue Meanie and the Musketeer.
Where the fuck did the Musketeer come from?
Hack, do you remember the Musketeer?
Yeah, I remember him. I don't. It was
Wait.
probably.
It was a Raven creation.
Yeah, I would say Raven was. It might have been Halloween or something. He's like, go out and get one of these costumes. That's definitely a Raven freaking thing.
Yeah, a musketeer. That was great. So like that's so good.
It's so stupid. And then just him and Meanie, it's just like, what the fuck
the
is
blue
this?
meanie and the musketeer.
It's like a-
that's just so good.
It's an acid trip.
Yeah, we were what? Tosh, was Stevie Richards in WWE at this point?
Yeah, Stevie was in WWE, so he couldn't appear on
He
the
was
show.
doing the censored shit, right?
No, that gimmick had passed, and I think he was just
He was working singles, right?
Yeah, he was working a lot on Sunday Night Heat, and I know he was kind of like a manager for Victoria, I think, for a while. I'm not sure what he was up to in 05, but he was still there in WWE at the time, so that's why he wasn't here. Hack, your entrance seemed like you enjoyed that one.
Dude, we couldn't see it. There was this big freaking thing over the screen just for my match.
Just for your match?
Yeah, it was like you could half-ass see. What was it again?
It was the hardcore homecoming. It just said hardcore homecoming on
Like
the
logo,
screen.
and it was
Really?
over the.
Why? You didn't see that?
No. I got a download of the show. I didn't watch it on the YouTube. You guys watch YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh. That's weird.
I mean, we can still see.
So it's like what?
No,
like
you
scrap-
couldn't see how good I really was.
No,
So
so
it's
basically,
scrap-
like, this match is shit, so we're gonna try and hide.
Wait, the
everything.
match was so bad on YouTube they blocked it out? No. I didn't think it was that bad. There was whatever you were
It was
doing.
Hack and Raven match.
It was a match.
Yeah, I liked Raven's promo before. He was talking about the fact that he had a bunch of action figures in all those companies. And he was,
Oh, the first ever.
yeah, the first ever to do ECW.
Oh, and I love how he said Hack's pop was about as big as Jason Knight's.
Yeah, that was great. That was a great. Did he say that just to pop you? Probably.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, 100%.
He
He's like,
opened
yeah,
up
definitely.
with my pop was bigger than his.
Yeah,
That's
he
the first thing he
Yeah,
said.
and he opened up with, I definitely got the biggest pop of the night. He was totally trying to bust up Hack.
Oh God! And then he said he thought that you couldn't even beat the Musketeer, so you guys were facing off, and that popped me so huge just seeing the guy with a fucking sword, and then you with
Oh,
the
it's
kendo
funny.
stick.
Hack the whole time before he goes, I gotta have a duel with this guy, don't I? He's like,
It's so
because he
set
doesn't
up.
remember. He's like, dude, we have to have a duel.
How could you not?
Right.
How could you absolutely not? You stole his hat, and then you were beating him up while you were wearing the Musketeer hat.
That was great.
Which is fucking great.
And then
Like-
Ty said he should have gave it to Hack Guy.
Should've switched.
Because he walked right by him, and I
I
was like,
popped
dude.
huge for it when Ty said it too.
Wow. See, that's
Yeah, I missed that one.
Yeah, he walked right by him. I'm like, dude, I was almost half-ass expecting you to put it on him, but
Oh man, there was a bunch of bumps on the floor. Then there was a ladder involved. You were throwing some punches. You were doing some stuff with the ladder. Raven was busted open. There was a table in there.
dude, took the ladder the hard way. It looked like on the Cecil spot.
The Cecil spot. Oh my
Dude,
god.
it looked like he ate
Yeah, I was
shit,
pissed.
that ladder. Fucking. But he was.
Say
I
you
think
got
that
a
was the
bigger
hard
pop
way.
than me.
I
Yeah.
think that was the hard way on that teeter totter spot. I think.
Was you're shaking your head, Hack? You don't think it was hard way?
No way.
Was Raven down to like Blade a lot though, or yeah? Yeah. Okay. So I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I just.
It looked like a
looked-
lot of blood.
It looked
Yeah, I
pretty
just
fucking.
made that spot look really good.
Yeah,
I was
okay.
so quick at it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, that looked brutal.
Yeah, that really did. There was a table in there, and then Meanie threw powder in your face, and Raven hit the DDT for a 2 count. Raven went for a bulldog through the table, but then you threw him through it. You had some cane, and then there was a bunch of people running in.
Dude, Hack was slinging the cane.
You really were fucking just
Yeah, you were laying it in.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you, you can hit me as hard as you want when you
I
get
half-ass felt bad for the meanie, too. He took a couple good
Yeah,
shots,
he did.
dude.
There was a ladder on Raven, and then you hit the Rolling Rock, which is always nice. There was another table. You hit the White Russian leg sweep
And a
on that.
meanie on the timing with the tables is fucking.
I was-
Every time you looked in, you're like, didn't even see him get it.
He was doing his job. I mean, that's what he's
Yeah.
out there for. He's part
Yep.
of like getting the plunder in place.
I was just getting the plunder in,
He
please.
was though.
I was
Like,
just gonna say I want to give Meanie props.
He's
for
a pimp.
Every time
Plunder
they
in
cut,
place.
yeah, every time they cut, dude, the table was there. There was timing was perfect.
there was a pin. Then Meanie pulled the ref out, and then there was a Meanie salt that didn't really hit. At
Three
all.
meanie salts?
There was
He
another
overshot one, then
Yeah.
overshot two.
And then a third one, he finally got you, and Raven went for the pin, but you kick out of that. Raven then had a chair. He's probably doing his drop toe hold spot, but you skipped over it, and then he just
Just threw his chair
just
out.
chucked the chair.
that was
like-
actually that was good.
that was like some Sabu shit.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. And then there was
Hack's like I've seen this once before.
the ladder. You had the ladder with the windmill, which was great.
I know,
yeah.
you were, Hack was fucking people up with that. Like,
You really were.
I gave Terry Funk that spot. Well, that's the spot fucking with Terry. I told Terry to do that during the...
Barely legal.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you created that spot.
of course.
That is your
First
spot.
ladder match.
Well,
First whirly bird.
first A-frame ladder
we'll
match.
give you the first A-frame. Maybe we have to get the footage of you and JT Smith But
Fake bullshit.
there was another. In came Donnie Allen.
Oh, dude, I was like, what is Donnie doing here?
Donnie
I
Allen.
love Donnie. I love seeing him there.
Donnie Allen, of all people, doing a run-in. I said the same thing. I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
And I
What?
know, and I don't know if you caught this, but Joey was like, he might be the only ever jobber that's ever been in ECW. The first ever ECW jobber, he said. And I was actually surprised he said that. I was like,
I didn't-
Yeah,
never
because there
said
wasn't
that.
really jobbers.
Well, yeah, not really. I mean, Mikey kind of was, but he wasn't. And then you had Mikey in there.
I mean, the Goon maybe, or whatever, whoever that was. But no, I don't know. It was just, he was like, oh yeah, ECW's probably
see,
only ever jobber.
A jobber's an enhancement guy. Mikey was a character.
right.
You know what I mean? A jobber isn't a freaking character.
Jobbers
They're
got
just there to enhance, make you look good.
no music, whatever. ECW
A
did.
lot of people now don't even know what a jobber. Like back in the day, or on some of the shows, like in the afternoon, they'd always have the 6:05 show. You know what I mean? Like, it was like the live 6:05 show. But on other shows, they'd have this guy Randy Barber, and he would lose. Literally, they'd show an hour of 5 guys beating this one dude, Randy Barber. Every match was that.
They wouldn't use them all the same matches.
Dude, they did back on TV back in the day. Yes, he was the standard jobber.
Well, I'm sure they had other
WWE
jobbers.
had him too. Baron Miguel Cicluna, Johnny Rods,
Yeah, Johnny Rod's famous
Frankie
trainer.
Williams.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They were straight jobbers, but they were over. Like Baron Miguel Cicluna would hold titles and stuff with like Dominic DeNucci in other territories. But whenever he worked for fucking Vince, he was a straight jobber.
Enhancement talent, jobbers, job guys. It's a thing of the past, really. You see him every once in a while now. It's usually like a bigger guy that just squashes somebody, but
Every time you go to a hack match.
how many jobbers have you beaten up on the indies over the last 20 years?
I don't really know because I don't really know him. I meet him like 20 minutes before it happens.
Yo, dude, I'm gonna cane you. That's it.
Once in the gut,
Yeah.
once in the back, roll out of the ring.
That's it. I don't hit anybody in the head anymore.
I love how you're not even hitting anyone in the head anymore. It's like, no, that's
no reason to.
yeah. There's never, you get the same
I'm
pop.
going to give somebody CTE.
Yeah, you get a.
You pussy.
No, it's good.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't have to hit the guy in the head.
You don't have to. There's no
Right.
extra pop for
You
it.
hit the guy in the kneecap.
Right.
It wouldn't
You get
matter.
the same reaction and the same. Yeah.
Yeah, kneecap ass. You know, he starts hopping around on one leg and holding his knee, and then you hit him in the ass. He goes through the ropes.
That's even better, actually, than the
I know, I
violence.
might do that next
Yeah,
time.
yeah, a little comedy.
But yeah, try and get some. Yeah,
Little
I'm going to do that.
Yeah, there you
Get a
go.
little comedy out of that instead of just like car crash. That's a good idea.
Oh, the wheels
All
are
right.
turning in his head right
They
now.
are.
He's getting new spots.
yeah.
Toes and glute next.
Yeah.
See what happens when you're not 99 bananas induced? See the shit you can come up with?
Mikey.
Man, where your career would have went.
Mikey was in there. He did a toast with you, which was nice, and then he turned on you
Dude, great finish.
with a whippersnapper. That was beautiful. And then Raven got the pin.
Yeah, the whipper hacker.
Yeah, the whipper hacker. This was fun.
I'm glad Mikey got paid, and he had to do one move.
Well, he also had a match earlier.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it. You gave it a 4.
Yeah, you gave it 4 stars.
You know
Zach.
the one you gave a 4?
Oh, yeah.
4
Oh, yeah, Mikey was the opening match.
Mikey also.
It was so long ago. I'm so disgusted after this at this point.
Mikey's such a good
I was ready
friend.
to scratch my eyes out.
Great friend of yours too, Hack.
Oh,
Mikey.
dude, how about the freaking the quality of the video?
So much better these days.
Oh
Like,
my
they
god,
got
it
much
was
better.
so- you guys
20
don't
years.
realize that's what it used to be when I was watching Phillies games as kids. That was what my TV looked like. Horrible, dude.
Probably worse.
You guys
Yeah.
you guys have it the greatest thing ever. This high def shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
4K, baby.
4K. Hack, you and Mikey, good friends, man. Like
Yeah.
that's one of your boys.
Yeah, I love Mikey.
How's Mikey as a golfer?
I have never golfed with him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, are you sure?
I don't know.
One of my buddies said he golfed with you and Mikey one time at comps. Huh. That's interesting.
Well, they.
We're gonna have to talk.
I don't.
What would Mikey be doing at Cops?
I don't know. That's a
I
story.
think I would remember that.
Yeah, I think you would too. We're gonna have to hack.
Well,
That's a
not
liar.
you. I would think I would remember that.
You're probably the fourth.
Yeah.
Anyway, for a match, I'm gonna go. This was fun. I had fun watching it, so I'm gonna go 3 stars. Ollie.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 3 for it. I mean, Haks all right, I guess.
He's all right. He did his great foot over bump. He did a lot of his standards. He could still go.
I
at
did
this
3
point.
of them.
Yeah, you
Oh,
could
dude,
still
did
go
the-
at
did
this
the
point.
Flip up onto the guardrail, hung there upside down.
Onto the
Yeah.
ladder, and then this one wasn't like a senton. This one was like more of like a front flip cannonball with that you gave him through the table.
Yeah.
And then I did the senton on the ladder on him.
He
Yeah.
actually looked somewhat athletic on that front foot.
I'm going 4.5. You know, that now.
You could still go. Like, go. Like,
Dude, it
honestly.
was 2005.
I know.
I was 40.
Well, you could still go then. It was good, yeah. You give yourself 4.5? 4.5 for
Well,
this match?
once I thought about the 3 moves that I did in the last couple minutes, yeah, I was a beast. I'm the only 4.5 on the show, actually.
Ty, what do you give this?
Yeah, I'll give it a 3. Happy birthday.
Up next on the show, this was the main event. Was Terry Funk, Sabu, and Shane Douglas. Funk came out and he asked for 20 minutes of the fans' time because he wanted to get wired.
Is that what he was saying?
Yeah.
I couldn't understand.
And then off came the ropes of the ring, and the crowd went nuts for this. And Joey was making a big deal that they were allowing barbed wire because they were not permitted in the state of Pennsylvania. So
Well, you've done it already there.
I know, but maybe there was like since a law or something.
change.
No, you couldn't buy the barbed wire there. I had to go to Delaware to buy the barbed wire for my match with Cactus.
Interesting. Okay. This is like a hodgepodge of that match the night the line was crossed and Terry Funk's Born to be Wired. So it's a throwback. It's nostalgia. Barbed wire matches, Hack, when you're working a barbed wire match, you've worked a couple of them. How difficult is it to remove such a normal facet of a wrestling match like running the ropes? I know you didn't run the ropes a ton.
Man, didn't bother me much at all.
But
No problem.
for you, but a guy like Sabu, where a lot of his offense is predicated off of the
Yeah, it
ropes.
takes away a lot of his shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The creativity that has to be mixed in with the spots.
Yeah, it's just more plunder.
More plunder.
You know, go lay in some barbed wire for a couple minutes, you know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Well, and I remember Hack saying when we were watching, he like a 3-way barbed wire match is not well, they're not typical anyway, but usually it's 1-on-1.
Right.
You know, a 3-way is I don't know.
Can't remember ever seeing a 3-way. It was different. I liked the match.
I liked it too.
I mean, Sabu did most of the work.
Well, he had to because Shane at this point is older too, and he's not in his prime.
He had 7 layers of clothes on
Oh my
underneath his
God!
shit.
What was he wearing? He was wearing like
Oh yeah, just stick the dungarees, probably another pair of dungarees underneath that. He probably had 3 different shirts on underneath his things.
Ralphie's brother in A Christmas Story.
Yeah, his hands taped up from here. He was taped up from here all the way through his palms.
I know, and I get it, but like Terry Funk's out there, and he's just in a t-shirt and his
One's a man and one's
well.
talks a lot.
insane.
And
Talks a lot.
And Sabu's got no shirt on. Like, just fucking
Taping up the
lunatic.
gashes in his leg mid-match.
And working 2 nights later
Yeah.
on a fucking WWE pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Hey, I had to work a pay-per-view the next night too.
Yeah, you did.
right.
Yeah, the main event. Yeah, you were the main event of One Night Stand.
Oh,
so,
was
yeah.
that one?
Yeah.
Who did Sabu work that
Sabu
day?
worked
Rhino.
Rhino. It was an impromptu match.
I had the harder match.
Oh, yeah. You definitely did with the Dudleys and everything you
Bug
guys
beat
did on
me.
that one. Yeah.
And all the
beat the
bum
shit out
streamer
of
would
me.
do for
Yeah, yeah. This was fun though. Like you said, this was like really really fun. Like I enjoyed this like, because you know it was
Crowd loved it.
The crowd loved it, and I love the twist of giving them in this match too. Like when they took down the ropes, the crowd popped so huge for this because you bought your ticket for this ECW reunion show. You knew this was the main event. But then to give them the extra present to these bloodthirsty fans of a barbed wire match.
Surprises are the greatest thing ever.
Right, and it's cool that they delivered on something like this. And like, you know, how long did this one go? It went pretty long.
21 minutes.
Yeah, it was a little long, but
Seemed to me like it was way longer.
Yeah, it was
Weird.
It did kind
I
of
thought
seem.
that was a half hour easy.
It did kind of seem long,
And
but
Terry's just still hilarious. Like everything, like his little
His
spot. where
body motions are the best.
Yeah, he's like gyrating, like selling, like gyrating on the thing, and then like he's holding his leg up, and nobody's holding his leg up. Like he's doing all this, like just little fucking shit, and then throwing himself, basically landing on the barbed wire, and then kind of entangling himself, but nobody gives a fuck that he entangled himself.
I
And
saw
he's
him
like,
put his arm in there, and then he laid down and got his arm. He's like, yeah, I gotta move for another 10 minutes.
Yeah, he's just fucking great.
oh god, this is like chaos, mayhem. There's blood everywhere. Just I can't even like recap. There's just so much stuff here. There was what was there? Cat fight. Francine's
Dude, Fonzie speared Francine in like the runway on the on the table that was flipped over on the
and her ass was out there. I'm like, what the fuck?
I gotta ask you.
Yeah, all right. You all right, bud?
he did something because she freaking
She was sitting on the table upside down.
Yeah,
that's what the kind we missed the other part of it.
yeah, whether she tripped or something happened because they went up like the rampway and then the camera cut back and then they cut back and she was like on her back on the back of the table.
Yeah. There was just like I love Funk's like jab punch too. His punches are so fucking just
I
like,
know, it's like a slap, too. He'll give you a slap, then a punch, and a couple slaps.
I'm actually glad you said that, but just
Right
like
jabs, left haymakers.
like throughout this entire show, which people don't do anymore, you can tell the old school dudes like karate. What's his name? The dude who worked Okada last night. Why am I blanking on his name?
oh, Mark Briscoe.
Yeah. Like guys like that, all crisp punches throughout this entire show. I don't know if you like. I don't know. It's just something that I picked up on that like you notice now that only old school dudes do because a lot of people now just do like the forearms or the, like whatever, like just crisp punches throughout the entire show. It just made me think of that when you mentioned that. That's
No, great shit there. The lights were off. There was a ladder out, and this ladder,
Broken ladder.
oh
dude,
my
what
god,
a great finish.
was so rickety. This ladder, I was like, oh, what's gonna happen?
It's so
with
funny.
this?
Shane climbs the ladder. Hack goes, "What the fuck is he gonna do up there?"
I'm like, well, Shane would never climb a ladder, ever.
And he didn't do anything. He didn't get pulled off it.
I know, he had nothing to do except for that finish or whatever, and it got botched. He
Yeah.
deserves it.
He kicked Foley in the nuts, and then Foley hit him with a double arm DDT, and then he had some barbed wire wrapped around Mr. Sacco.
No, the best is when they pulled out. He pulled out Sacco and they started booing.
Yeah, they
Because
shit
it was
on WWE shit. Yeah,
they were
fuck
booing
this
Sacco.
corny
But then
shit.
once
That's
The barbed
like
wire
so
went
good.
around him, he got over.
Right.
That's so good by fan. Like, the fact
That
that
is.
fans are so smart like that to,
Yeah.
like, boo your fucking WWE shit, but as soon as you put barbed wire on him, we're like, all right, he's fucking hardcore.
And Cactus is as over gets.
Oh, he was surprised
He
too.
was
Got
getting
a giant
cactus
reaction.
skinny, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was as over gets, and they still booed his ass when he pulled the sock out. Didn't
Yep.
matter who you are.
Yeah, but he was one of us, so that's, you know. That,
Well, I know,
but
that's why
they
he got
did
cheered,
anyway.
but then
Right.
he brought the thing out, and they were like, well, no, fuck this sock. Like, like you could be over Ken and still get fucking booed for some bullshit.
There was a bunch of shit. Sabu climbed back into the ring. Funk set up a table. There was a ladder in there, and then Foley tried to hold the ladder in place, but the ladder just fucking
Poor
collapsed.
Terry.
And then
Dude, Lucky's leg didn't like snap in
there
half,
were so many bad things that could happen with that.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Nothing really there. Sabu then hit the Arabian Facebuster for the pin, and he won. And man, this was just like a lot of fun. So I enjoyed the shit out of this for what it was. You know, you got Terry Funk, who's so past his prime at this point, you know, and Shane Douglas, who's past his prime, and Sabu, who's not exactly in his prime either. But these three guys pulled out a three-way dance, barbed wire match, and really delivered, I think, for a main event on the show. So I'm going to go... I know I said earlier, I thought the cash and the... I'm going to go 4 stars for this. I'm going to mark out and go 4 for it.
I'm going 3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, maybe a year or two before might have been a little bit better. But, I mean, Sabu was great. And then, of course, I mean, we all love Terry. Shane is kind of disappointed in the performance, to be honest.
I'm with you, dude. I actually am for sure.
I mean, I
Shane's
didn't
on this
expect
here.
any much.
No,
out of
I
Shane,
mean,
to
I
be
didn't
honest.
expect great, but it's just like, Sabu's going out there, no shirt. Terry's fucking 60, however old he is, going out there, and you gotta fucking wrap up and fucking bubble wrap. I don't know, but I mean, for the most part, though, it was entertaining, and I mean, the crowd was entertained. So I think 3.5 is good for me.
4 easy.
4 easy. Okay.
I'm gonna go with a 3. I mean, Terry's just so super entertaining.
He is.
I mean, it's hard to judge that match on a bar match is like kind of hard to judge in itself, and
Yeah, it
you know,
is.
the guys that are in it, but I was entertained.
I thought
You
they-
know,
yeah.
the crowd was entertained. I don't think there was ever like a spot or like a part in the match where I was like, all right, like, you know, whatever. I was entertained throughout the whole thing, so.
Yeah, I thought, look, you delivered on the stipulation. You gave the fans something special. And,
And with Terry, you're like, what the hell's going to happen next?
Right.
I mean, anything is going to happen.
hey, you can't look away.
What's that movie did to Sabu when he went through the barbed wire and remember he did that slingshot thing to him?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah,
And he
Sabu-
went through the barbed wire.
Yeah, that was
ended up
wild. On the floor.
Yeah.
That was wild.
I'm like, Terry's nuts.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine. Overall, for a show, this wasn't the best wrestling, but it was a fun nostalgia ECW reunion show. If you've never seen this before and you've only seen ECW One Night Stand, I would say definitely check out this show. It's available on YouTube. We're going to throw up the link for you guys to watch this one as well. But overall, what'd you guys think of the show?
Yeah, I mean, throughout the whole thing, I was pretty entertained. Like, the Justin and Jerry match got a little bit long, and, you know, but other than that, I was into the whole show, pretty much.
I mean, I like the show, and I think it delivered on exactly what it was meant to do.
Right? Yeah.
So I mean, I
It's
think
not like great
success
work throughout the whole thing.
to
but
me. I mean,
Yeah. Hack.
4.
It was a cheap, reasonable facsimile of what we had before that.
Okay. I mean, yeah. All right.
I mean, some guys could still work, some other guys not, but, you know, and it's not like, you know, the best, like, work rate. I mean, but as far as entertainment value,
Yeah.
like,
I was entertained. Guys, I do have a housekeeping note here. If you guys
Housekeeping?
Yeah, housekeeping note. If you're in the Philadelphia area or if you're within a drive, they are having a friends family celebration for the life of Sabu on June 25th from 7 p.m. until 11 p.m. at the 2300 ECW Arena. Come out.
what day of the week is that?
I believe it's a
Wednesday.
Wednesday. So if you guys are in the
Okay.
area, definitely come out and celebrate the life of Sabu at the arena. So
I haven't seen, like, a lot of information on, is that like a ticketed event, or is that...
I'm not sure. I don't think it is. Don't
just
believe
like
that it is.
Okay.
I'll throw up
Because I haven't seen, like, a
on
lot,
social.
I've seen, like, you know, the times and the date and everything, but I haven't really seen much other information on it, so...
I haven't either.
Okay.
We'll be throwing up more information on our social media. I'm certainly going to be there.
The guy said they're gonna show a match of me and him, and then maybe some people say some stuff.
That's cool. Yeah, something in the Philadelphia area to celebrate Sabu. So, wanted to make mention of that because this will be out Monday, and if people haven't had the opportunity to see it, they're going to have a chance to see it and hopefully attend. Next week on the show, we are reviewing. This is going to be fun, Hack. You ready for this one?
Uh-oh.
3PW, Propane Wrestling, Blue Meanies Fed from the Electric Factory in Philadelphia. A new era. Hack, you took on Terry Funk and Gary Wolf. This is a fun show.
Where?
The
The
Electric Factory.
I think I
in
remember being
Philadelphia?
there at that show.
Me, Gary, and Terry Funk?
Yeah, this is
What year?
And I would have said that
This was
never happened
this,
ever.
This was 2003. There's a lot of interesting names on this card, including AJ Styles and Homicide, to name a few. It's a fun show. Definitely cannot wait to watch this one next week.
Yeah,
but
I'm almost 100% sure I was
That's
there.
great. All right, nice.
Is that him and the girls?
Yeah, this is what Meanie was. Yeah,
Federation?
yeah.
And I think Todd might have not
Todd?
been booking it yet, but he
I was
ended
going
up
to say,
booking
he
it later
was
on.
part of it
Todd
at some
was
point.
booking at
Yeah.
some point for 3PW.
Yeah, at some
so-
point. I'm not sure if it was that early. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
As always, send in listener questions to sandmanpod@gmail.com. Please leave a name and a town. That's all that Hack ever asks for. Owen from Wisconsin writes in,
Go in.
saw a clip of Tosh of socials this weekend talking into a mic on the show and immediately wondered if Hack had ever called him mass transit.
Who, you? I thought it. That's a good one.
That is a good one. He said,
That's a good one. I think we got a new handle for him. Yo, Mass. Just Mass. Just Mass. That's even better.
do you
Mass.
think if New Jack were still with us, he would just immediately want to carve me up? Or
Yeah, he would.
He said, with all due respect, I'm a big dude too, so only a joke. Love the show. Keep up the great work. Best wrestling pod on the market.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate you,
Thank
man.
you, brother. E from Ottawa, Ohio
Who?
writes in. E.
A girl?
E.
No, like from
Oh, E.
Entourage.
Yeah,
E?
like E. Hello, E from Twitter. From Ottawa, Ohio, about 1 hour to an hour and a half, depending on if a person
Ottawa,
takes the highway
Canada.
or country road southwest of Toledo, Ohio. Y'all's criticism of Money in the Bank 2025. Have you guys ever seen the 2020 Money in the Bank matches from the COVID ones that were taped at WWE headquarters where Asuka and Otis won the briefcase? What are your thoughts on that compared to 2025?
Maybe we'll have to go revisit it. What?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
I don't think I've
Was there
been a
people
long
in the
time.
audience?
No, they had the Money in the Bank match through WWE headquarters because of the pandemic was
They were
going on.
doing it at the Performance Center, right?
Well, but they did the Money in the Bank match at the WWE headquarters, and it's the stupidest thing. I saw clips of it. I didn't watch it, but this guy's saying that it was better than the 2025.
Well, obviously, that's not saying much the way we didn't like it at all.
I think he's shitting on 2025
Right.
by saying
Yeah.
this. So. He said, question for the Sandman, the man who invented ladder matches.
Yes!
If these four people hung out, who's out smoking everyone? RVD or the Sandman or the Godfather or Sabu? So that's your four choices.
Maybe Bigelow.
Oh, you throw a fifth in there,
Yeah,
man.
dude, Bigelow, he would, oh my God, he would roll joints the size of your fingers and smoke them all day.
Huh.
Well, what about
Van
Adam
Damme,
Rose?
same day, same thing.
So Van
They're
Damme and
all
Bi-
pretty equal.
They're all pretty equal.
I don't, yeah.
The
Have you
God-
smoked much with the Godfather?
No.
He had a lot of stuff going on in Mania next
Yeah,
to
he
us.
did.
He had some equipment out there. He had a little, what was it, a dab rig thing and
Yeah.
stuff? Yeah, he had a lot of stuff going on.
Well, yeah, he was next to our table
Yeah, he
for
was.
a couple days. Good dude.
Very nice guy.
Yeah, he's cool.
Great dude.
Yeah.
He gets it.
But Bigelow was the biggest smoker.
Yeah, he could just smoke dope constantly. I mean, when
Well,
you're
when you're
450
pounds, yeah.
Wait, so out of anybody in the business, Bigelow is your answer, yeah?
Yeah. Well, no, it's got to be him and RVD can smoke all day.
Yeah.
Or just all day.
Okay.
You can't smoke pot all day.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I come as close as you can, but
There you go. It says Bam Bam and RVD. Heart Attack Rick from Mechanicsburg, PA, writes in.
How's that heart
that's your
doing?
EKG.
How about this LOL? Are we talking about that, right?
He's not following up on the LOL. I
right.
think the LOL might have died down a little bit, which is good. We want peace amongst our listeners. What's up, you dusty Dirk Digglers and the giant big bald tard? Wow, I think that's you, Mac.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who's that?
Rick here, back at it. I really got no jokes this week because I didn't have time to watch Hardcore Homecoming this week because I've been having issues with my shitter pipes on my old ass house for the past couple days. So I've been dealing with that fucking shit, literally.
Thought he was talking about like
Hope it
shitter
gets
pipes
better,
in his
Ricky.
own body.
Yeah, well, I hope the plumbing's all right there, man.
Yeah.
What I can tell you guys is I was actually there live in person on June 10th, 2005. Oh, that's awesome.
All right.
So I didn't really need to watch it. But my question this week is which one did that loser hack personally like working more, Hardcore Homecoming or ECW One Night Stand?
It's hard. It's hard to say. Yeah, it's all the same to me.
It's all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not good at like picking favorites and like this.
Yeah,
It's all just kind of like one big ball of fun
Right.
for you. Yeah.
Well, it's just hack. It's just like you live it, you do it, and it's
Yeah.
A match is a match is a match is a match.
Right. All right. There's very few that like stand out or like this
like
is
when you're going to the ring and it takes you 80 yards to get there at WrestleMania, that's different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's
Yeah.
not.
So maybe one night stand because of the paycheck, but
yeah, even then.
Yeah, but like the one we had with me, Dreamer, and the Dudleys, I had worked in front of a crowd that full, you know what I mean? The same kind of crowd.
You know, or bigger.
Well,
right,
no,
yeah.
just in that building, what I'm saying is,
Oh,
'cause
yeah,
we
yeah.
had filled that building.
Yeah, multiple times
ECW,
you worked
yeah.
in that audience and
Yeah.
that size, so it didn't phase you or anything like
Right,
that.
no.
So, Kevin from Dayton, Ohio, writes in,
Kevin.
"What's up, Hack? and the Stewards of Stupidity. Wow.
That's a new one.
Stewards of Stupidity.
I don't love that one.
Yeah,
Fuck you, Kevin.
Yeah, I don't like this, Kevin. We're not stupid. We're saying we're leading the stupid, though. Maybe we... Are we leading the stupid?
We do lead Hack every week.
We do lead Hack every week, so maybe that could work.
The Ray Charles that I am.
Ray Charles.
Helen Keller, Stevie Wonder, all encompassing.
Yeah. My question this week is to Ollie. I know Ty is trained to wrestle and had some matches, but have you ever laced up the boots? I've said it before, but we need to have a Hack and Son 6-man tag. Hack can stand and clap on the apron, rip his pen, hold his hand out, finally get the hot tag, hit a few cane shots, and take 0 bumps. Keep up the great work.
The hot pen tag?
Yeah.
No.
He's a good booker.
No, I haven't. Hack never really wanted us to kind of like wrestle. I mean, obviously, if we wanted to, he would, but we never got like steered or like pushed like to really wrestle. So.
I know it might be different now with the kind of money these guys are making. Jesus.
I always laid a super kick in the ring for a finish, I think.
Yeah, we were the 6-man that night, weren't we?
Yeah,
Wasn't it us?
yeah.
I mean, I was putting 5-star matches on with my teddy bear, like in my bedroom. But like that's about as far as it goes. No, I haven't really. No,
Never formally trained.
No,
You've been in a match.
Yeah,
like I
but
said,
I've never trained.
Never.
Well, does the son of the Sandman need to be formally trained? I mean, I think
Nowadays, you do. Look what they're doing now. They ain't doing the shit that I was doing back
No.
then.
I would
you gotta
walk
be able
right
to work.
in there.
Yeah.
You gotta
Nice.
get hurt
The
the
most
first match.
over dude.
He's so injury prone.
man. I've seen this. I've seen some
It's
types
Sam
work.
Cup, dude. Can you imagine doing a 6-man with freaking like Brody King and shit like that against him? He's got to come home, plays 5 minutes in a basketball game, and takes 500 milligrams of Advil just to freaking get to bed.
Oh, yeah, but I can bump, I can sell.
There you go. There you go.
We need to see it.
Enhancement talent, maybe. There you go. Enhancement talent, maybe.
It's all part of the show,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah. Drummy.
I was a character.
Drummy from Bryan Street Tavern writes in,
Drummy?
yo, what's up, dudes, and happy Fit MILF Friday.
all right.
It's Fit MILF Friday. That's what he said.
All right, I'm into some fit mills.
I mean, no, Fit
These
MILF.
guys.
I'm all about it.
Fit MILF Friday, okay. Long time no talk. My effing tab is through the roof right now.
Nice.
Might have to...
Nice.
Might have to go off the grid for a while. Having said that, if you could choose only one food item to eat for the
Jump
rest...
out the bathroom door or bathroom window. Beat your check.
Beat your check? Run out on your check?
Yeah.
That's horrible advice.
Hey, you live to fight another day, though.
Dude,
What if you're a regular there? You burn
I was
the
going to
place
say, it's
for
the
everyone?
only place he
another
drinks.
He
regular
drinks
bar.
at the tavern.
He's literally from Drummy's Tavern.
He's got to go to another tavern now? He can't burn the place that he...
I say burn it.
No.
Get a new bar.
He said, having said that, if you could only choose one food item to eat for the rest of your life, what would it be? Hope to catch up with you boys soon, but the tavern is a no-go for a little while.
Dude, if I had one thing, that would be that damn cupcake. That was a damn good cupcake. Dude. Right now, it would be that cupcake for the rest of my life.
All right, that cookies and cream cupcake
That was
you
good,
had,
dude.
the birthday cake.
Wow.
Good work,
All right. Bobby in Manhattan writes in,
All right, Bobby.
Hack, sorry to let you down with me writing in instead of my mom, Donna, or my Aunt Michelle, but I wanted to ask you if there's ever been anybody you purposely fucked up or wanted to fuck up with a cane shot in the ring. If so, who was it and why?
Nah, not that I can remember.
Nobody that you...
Everybody was getting it equally just as hard, pretty much.
You were equal opportunity.
Yeah.
If you were in the ring with me, you're going to get it. He also says, and yes, my mom is still happily married, but Aunt Michelle is divorced and living nearby in Havertown behind the Acme off Eagle Road. It'd be crazy to have Uncle
Your stomping
Hack.
grounds, Hack.
It'd be crazy to have Uncle Hack.
He's
talking about
I live by over by Barnsley's house.
He's talking about his Aunt Michelle. You remember Bobby from WrestleMania, our boy Bobby? And he said it would be crazy to have Uncle Hack. I've already promised all you guys drinks on me when Ryan gets promoted by our Phils. So our boy Ryan that we met at the Phillies game last year. Remember him?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No,
You
the
don't
kid that we
remember
Oh,
met.
the tall guy.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's in the
remember him.
minor league system. He's killing it down there.
Yeah, he is.
He's
Oh,
gonna
is
get-
that right?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
killing
pitching
it.
well. I'm following him.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, yeah, we got to stay close to him. We need free tickets.
Now all of a sudden he's like, yeah, Ryan.
Oh, yeah, that kid.
Yo, Ryan.
I always thought that kid was always winning a Hall of Fame career.
Bud.
I think I said that night after.
He's
I
a
met
local
him.
kid. He's doing great, so I'm really happy.
Yeah,
for
he
him,
is. Shout out to him.
Yeah, keep it up.
That was a
guys.
playoff game.
It was,
Wasn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
we were
A lot
on
of
there.
scoring in late that game.
Yeah. Next week on the show, we are covering 3PW. But before we go, Hack, the cane of the week or the toast of the week.
Toast of the week, whoever got me this cupcake.
You're welcome.
There you go. We'll catch you next week, guys.
Peace.
Ain't it foggy outside?